Well, thanks for tuning in to today's video. Doing the 5-day forecast today. Going to have a detailed look over the next 5 days across the British Isles. We've got a cold snap coming up, but it's going to be a case of blink and you miss it, because as soon as the northerly wind going to get in, it's going to be gone again. It's going to be cut off by high pressure. So a few hours of cold weather coming up from Thursday into Friday, but it really is going to be a very, very brief and trivial sort of cold snap. Well, maybe not trivial, because it's going to be quite a cold plunge, air associated with the northerly wind. It's going to be very cold actually. If it was lasting a few days, we'd already know about it, but it's being cut off within a few hours. So yeah, blink and you miss it sort of cold snap. But we'll have a look at the detail on that in a moment. Before I get on with that, just want to talk about the advertising. There's video ads on my page. It's at GazworthBids.com. If you press play on the video ad, you'll be supporting GazworthBids.com. Thanks very much for doing that. Gaz Shop is open, so if you want to buy any Christmas presents at Amazon between now and Christmas, just click through the Amazon banners in Gaz Shop. You'll go to Amazon and you'll be able to do Christmas shopping as normal, but because you click through the Amazon banners from Gaz Shop, GazWeatherVids will get a royalty fee on anything that you purchase. Thanks so much for doing that. The websites we're using for the 5-day forecast, we've got the radar picture from UK Met Office and charts from westcentral.de and weatheroutlook.com. You can find all three of those websites, or links to them anyway, on my links page. So this is the current radar picture. We've had a weak cold front dropping south across the country. For the last vestiges of that are these scraggly little bits of rain across the far south of England. These speckled areas to the northwest are showers. Some of those are quite heavy, and they are wintry over the higher ground of northern and western Scotland. Here's today's stock-tip pressure chart. High pressure still more or less in control out to the west, but it's this area's low pressure to the south of Iceland that's going to bring the change through the course of tonight and into tomorrow. But for the rest of this afternoon, we're looking at the showers in the northwest of Scotland. As I say, some of them will be heavy and windy over high ground. Quite scattered though, so even up in the north, it's going to stay mainly dry for most places. You will be quite unlucky to get a shower, I think, this afternoon. Further south, it is dry. The last vestiges, as I say, about very weak cold front clearing away. Very patchy, trivial bits and pieces of rain on the south coast, but that'll go in the next hour or so, and then it's going to be basically dry. It's a bright afternoon though behind that front. It has brightened up quite nicely, so there will be some sunny spells going through. It feels a little bit chilly in the wind, but temperatures aren't too bad at around 7 or 8 degrees. Overnight, this low pressure is really going to develop as it moves to the north of Scotland. Very, very tightly packed, so it's going to turn really windy across Scotland, Northern Ireland, and the far north of Northern England. There'll be gales, severe gales, maybe storm force winds around northern and western coasts of Scotland. They'll be driving in lots of heavy rain across Scotland through the course of the night, so really wet and windy at night. The windows will be rattling up there overnight, and eventually that rain might turn to snow on the back edge across the far north of Scotland, because we've got this cold northerly starting to dig in. For England and Wales, the wind will get up and it'll stay mainly dry. No problems with fog tonight, and temperatures generally holding up above freezing for all of us. Now, this is the stock-tip pressure chart for Thursday. The low pressure is moving away into the south of Scandinavia, and the winds are going into the north. So if there's no northerly plunging south across the country, the main northerly is off in the North Sea. But we have got, and we are getting some colder air coming south, really quite bitter for a time, but already the high pressure is starting to nose back in from the Atlantic. So that cold front will drop rain south across England and Wales through the course of Thursday. Some of it could be on the heavy side for a time across northern England and North Wales, but as it comes further south east, it will get lighter and patchy and tend to fizzle out. Behind it, it's going to brighten up. There's going to be some heavy wintry showers blowing in, and mainly snow showers actually for Scotland and northeastern parts of England. It's going to be very windy, particularly in the morning. The winds will moderate a little bit through the course of the afternoon in the north and the east, but with high tides we could get a little bit of local flooding along some of these eastern coastal counties. That'll be something to watch out for. Very, very cold from northern England northwards into Scotland, with temperatures barely above freezing. Of course, we have the snow showers blowing through and the strong winds. It's going to feel really, really bitterly cold. For England and Wales, temperatures probably start off at around 7 or 8 degrees, but they'll tend to drop through the course of the day, probably ending up somewhere around 4 or 5 degrees. But everywhere's going to feel a lot colder by the end of tomorrow. But then the northerly is gone, and the high pressure is nosing back in from the Atlantic as we move through into Friday. I think Friday probably starts off on a frosty note with sunny spells, but a warm front will be bringing excuse me, will bring cloud and rain through Scotland, Northern Ireland and Northern England. Could give some snow for a time actually across the higher ground of Scotland and Northern England, so that's something to watch out for. Friday could have some snow over high ground from Northern England northwards into Scotland, but it'll probably rain at lower levels, so I don't think we're going to get much rain at all going through across England and Wales because the pressure is too high. South of, say, North Wales and the North Midlands anyway. It'll tend to cloud over after that frosty start, but temperatures will start to lift up a little bit. Still very cold in the north of the east, at just 2 or 3 degrees, but out to the southwest, temperatures already beginning to lift back up at around 7 or 8 degrees, much of Island Wales and southwestern England. By Saturday, we're firmly back into an Atlantic regime. All of the cold air is pushed away to the north and the east of Europe. So, as I say, incredibly brief cold snap, this one. I think Saturday looking at quite a bright day, actually. It's not going to be too bad at all, with some sunny spells, mainly dry until later on in the day, when some cloud patch rain will probably come back into the northwest of Scotland. Temperatures will be much milder at around 7, 8 or 9 degrees. And then on Sunday, we're bringing a weather system through across the country, a weather front. That's introducing even milder air off the Atlantic, so probably quite a cloudy, drab sort of day on Sunday with some patchy bits and pieces of rain around, maybe heavier rain at times for Scotland, Northern Ireland and Northern England, but mainly light and patchy in the south. Temperatures, though, despite it being quite a dank day, will be lifting up at around 9 or 10 degrees. And by the time we get through to Monday, we've got this high pressure building up from the south. That's going to break up the cloud, produce quite a lot of sunshine, and if that happens, it could get very, very mild indeed on Monday. We could look at a really mild winter's day with temperatures possibly up to, say, 10, 11, maybe 12 degrees. 12 degrees is 54 Fahrenheit. It'll, well, I'm not sure if it's a taste of autumn or a taste of spring, but it's certainly not going to feel very wintry in those sort of temperatures. Very nice day potentially on Monday with sunny spells and very, very mild indeed. So finally have a look at the charts from the Weather Outlook, and this chart day, a brighter scene across much of the country today. Bright skies have edged down from the north. This doesn't show the showers in the north and west. One or two could be heavy and wintry. As we go through to Thursday, well, there's the cold front dropping southwards across the country with the cold air digging in behind, snow showers and gales, severe gales to the north and the northeast. Temperatures will drop through the course of the day across England and Wales. By Friday, when it's very cold in the north and the east, after a very frosty start, we'll have cloud pushing in, giving some rain, possibly snow over high ground of Northern England, Scotland. The rest of the country, to the south I should say, of that front will be mainly dry, but it'll turn increasingly cloudy. Temperatures already lifting back up though, out in the west, but still cold in the east. And by Saturday, mainly dry, temperatures becoming milder. More rain around on Sunday and rather a lot of cloud, but temperatures still lifting up. And there we go, there's Monday's chart with good sunny spells coming through and potentially very, very mild indeed, with temperatures, well, 12 degrees, maybe even 13. That seems to be mid-50s Fahrenheit. You won't need to be burning too much heat for that day on Monday. So in summary, it looks as though we're going to have a very, very brief cold snap, the briefest of cold snaps really, Thursday into Friday. But by Friday, the end of Friday, it'll all be over, returning milder, and that takes us into quite a mild weekend and potentially very mild weather coming along next week or early next week. It may get a bit colder after that later next week. If high pressure goes on, we could start to get a lot of fog and low cloud developing under that high pressure, which will push the temperatures back down. But certainly the start of next week looking at very, very mild. That's it for now. Enjoy the cold snap if you want it cold. It is going to turn cold for a few hours, so make the most of it because it's not going to last. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.